Hello, welcome back to Master of Orion 2. In this game I'm doing a huge galaxy, where I'm playing a fairly diplomatic and defensive style. So the current situation is, still have 2 trade and research treaties, Trilarian and Sacra. As you can see, getting a lot of money from the Sacra. Noloms have just been eliminated, and the humans decided to attack me basically out of nowhere. But now I'm on the counter attack. And I've captured a few planets, and I'm in the process of spying on them significantly in order to gain as much of their tech as I can before I finish them off. Well, hopefully I can finish them off. It might be that they research something that stops me in my tracks. The main problem they have is that their beam weapons, they've only got electronic computers, so their beam weapons basically can't hit. They don't have battle scanner either. So they can't, even though they've got ground batteries. This is the thing about these defensive technologies. It's all well and good to have them, but you need to have other technologies to complement them. Like ground batteries is extremely good, but if you've only got lasers and an electronic computer, then it's not going to do much. Super early game, yes, it would do pretty well, but I'd say we're kind of coming into the late game now. And they don't have missile base, even though they've got pulsar missiles, so it might be that no one has missile base. Let's just take a look. Yep, they don't have it either. This does happen where a pretty important technology doesn't get researched by anyone. Pretty rare, but it does happen. As you can see, not a single race has missile base. I'm pretty sure I don't have it either. Yep, I don't have it either. So this might be a game without missile bases. Pretty exciting stuff. But at this point in the game, the missiles wouldn't be doing that much anyway, because I've got high beam attack, lots of point defense weapons, auto firing, pretty good shields. So I don't think probably didn't have too much impact, but this is one of those games where that has happened. I guess the main difference is that when attacking a planet, it'll have one less building. That needs to be like one less defensive building, which is pretty good for me, because I like to do a lot of attacking, and it can take a while to grind through all the planetary defenses, especially on a huge galaxy. So I just had to clear my throat. Just checking up on these planets. I couldn't quite remember what I was doing. Okay, yeah, just building holo simulators everywhere. Very nice. Getting stealth suit. Okay. This here. Marine barracks. Okay. Now I'm charismatic, which means the conquered populations will assimilate twice as fast, which I think will be 1 every 4 turns. As you can see here, already 2 Noloms have assimilated. So you can see that conquered penalty. So if I put this guy here, conquered penalty -1. I can't remember what the actual percentage is. I think maybe it's 25%. It's hard to tell here because we've got the gravity penalty as well. I think it's 25 because it is generating 3 research, +1 because of the research lab. And then we've got a -50% penalty because of heavy gravity on this planet. And there's also the 25. And these are, I think, determined separately from one another. So you've got this main 4 here, and then this gravity penalty applies to the 4, and then the conquer penalty also applies to the 4. There's no compounding effect there, because that wouldn't really make sense. So it's essentially -75%, pretty bad. So that guy's only generating 1 research. Whereas if I put this guy down, generating 2 research, because there's no conquered penalty. So being conquered isn't horrendously bad, like 25%, obviously not good. The other effect it has is that I don't think it affects, it doesn't affect taxes, it just affects how they work. You can't transport them using freighters. Conquered people cannot be resettled. So I touched on that last game, but there you go. Cannot be done. Whereas if I tried to send this guy, I'm not going to try because I don't actually want to send him. These guys are now, I don't know if you could say they're happy to be in the Empire, but they're at least, they're assimilated. So they're now part of the Empire. The last thing about conquered workers or conquered people is if there's enough of them, they can actually rebel and the planet will revert to the race of the people who are conquered. Now that's not possible with this planet because the Nolans are defeated. As we can see there, they're eliminated. So when you take a planet, it's important to see who the population is, because that'll determine, or that will help you decide whether you want to, firstly, if you want to annihilate them because your race might be better, or who they might rebel to. So a few considerations there. Now that the Nolans are defeated, as in like the Nolish or the Nolan people will live on a little bit, through some of these planets, but them the Nolans as an empire have been defeated. Like there's Nol there that probably is the home, like that's the home world, probably has Nolans on it. But yeah, they can't possibly rebel now. So it's nice to like take all the planets in quick succession, like in one foul swoop. That way there's no chance of rebellion after that. You can mitigate the chance for rebellion by building the Alien Management Center. Also, removes the morale penalty from multiracial colonies. Okay, didn't know it did that. But it increases assimilates the occupied populations at the rate of 1 per 2 turns, regardless of government. Wow. That I wonder if, I do wonder if it's always been that good, or if that's just if this has been buffed in this patch that I'm playing with, because I didn't think it was this good. So some of this description is pretty surprising to me. It's definitely changed because it mentioned before about the aliens working harder. I think it halved the conquered penalty. But in any case, that's very good. It simulates occupied populations at the rate of 1 per 2 turns, regardless of government. So that's very good. It just completely mitigates the penalty for unification, because normally that's 1 every 20 turns. So you can see why that would be good. So I'm going to get that next. I was planning to get it next anyway, once I've got this. There is psionics on the other hand. Because that's only a 650 RP, I think I will get that. Okay, let's just Starbase and Fighter Garrison. Okay, move this guy up and move this guy up. Basically, I want a ship on each planet. On the other hand, there's those 6 battleships. Ooh, decisions. I think I better stop building transports as well, because they command points are starting to catch up with me a little bit. Building another battleship, but let's hold off on that. Let's get more research instead. Okay, I think that'll do. Let's end the turn. All right. So my petty squabbling is meaningless. So that's good to know. All right, got another leader pop up: naturalist, environmentalist, and farming. So this would have been good maybe 100 turns ago, but you know, that's how it goes. Probably will recruit her, because we do have some pretty good farming prospects. And if you recall, me having the racial ability of expert traders means that food, or excess food, is exported for 1 BC per turn, so we'll get more money if we do that. Gonna go ahead and send her here. Huri can return to the officer pool. I think Huri is has served me really well, but time for her to retire. So she can... Oh, I forgot to put Sparky on one of the battleships. That's quite a blunder, actually. Not that I really needed him, but still. Send Sparky over there. Ooh, here's the Antaran fleet. Now they're... Okay, they're pretty serious now. So they're sending in cruisers. Cruiser, 2 destroyers, and 3 frigates. So this is very hard to beat. So this planet is doomed. Which is really quite sad, because I thought I did pretty well to go and get that planet, but unfortunately it's now going to die. So I'll just scrap a few, pretty much do what I did before. I don't want to mix the Nolums. On the other hand, the Alien Management Center removes a morale penalty for multiracial colonies. It will affect maximum population though, so probably a bit too complicated, so I'm just going to let it die. Yeah, a little bit sad. Now the reason I dismissed Huri is because you could only have 4 leaders in each type. I didn't explain this earlier. I think it's not too complex, but you've got colony leaders and ship officers. So the ship officers go on the ships, obviously. The colony leaders lead the colonies, and you can only have 4 of each. But if once all 4 slots are filled up, it means you can't. It basically won't offer any new ones. So that's why I dismissed her, because I want to have a slot free. When she gets there, the farming will explode again. Now, in anticipation of the assimilation of these guys, I'm gonna... Ooh, look at that. Don't know if I could take on all those ships with just a couple of battleships. Really need a better scanner. Let's see if someone wants to trade for it. Let's tachyon scanner. Weather control system, not really a reasonable trade. Survival pods would be nice. No, he doesn't have fighter guys. I think I have too many transports, actually. So what I'm going to do is, seems a bit silly, I know, but I'm going to scrap them. Just to stop this command point situation being so dire. I'm also about to lose this one, so also not good. Okay, there's still suit. Let's get Alien Management Center now. Yeah, I just can't detect their fleet, which is yeah, certainly not things easy. Looks like they don't have any good spying, anti-spying stuff either, so I'll put some spies over there. I suspect this that big fleet will attack one of these planets. 2 turns away, okay. Better just buy that, just in case they're already on their way there. So as you can see, what was happening there might be a little bit confusing, but that animation that plays, where you kind of get the blue, don't know what you call it, you can see that a shield is activating, right? When they were shooting. When that animation's being played, that means that the shield is reducing the damage. But you probably also noticed that the numbers were coming up. There weren't any blue numbers, it just went straight to red. And the reason for that is because particle beams actually ignore shields. I'm not sure though if it still reduces the damage, I'm pretty sure it doesn't. In this case, it still plays the animation, which is a little bit misleading. But I think that's just because the shield generator was up. But then the shield generator got destroyed, and that's why it stopped playing that animation. So, pretty confusing, but yeah, but the point is the starbase got destroyed. Okay, got framed for spying again. Happens a lot. I'm gonna move on this planet now. Oh, actually, I'll wait for Sparky first, and then I'll go in. Then we have Alien Management Center. I'll get psionics now. Oh, okay. He broke the trade treaty. Ooh, they're sending a big fleet over to Omicron, which is... I don't think any of these planets have much production. Takes. Surprised that they're able to get there so fast. Let's take a look at their drive. Ooh, he's got hyperdrive now. Okay. So ships can move 6 parsecs per turn. That's why he's all the way out here, and it's only 1 turn away. But I'm here, and for me it's 2 turns. Doesn't seem very fair, but that's what happens with better technology. So having that. Having that technological advantage, obviously a big deal. I think they'll just attack. I'm going to send my cruiser there. I'm not going to bother trying to defend it. And by that I mean I'm not going to bother trying to get more ships or anything. See what happens. So they've attacked. Pretty much the same design as before. They have switched it up a little bit. They've got these ships have 2 tractor beams now. Tractor beams aren't going to do anything against the starbase because it's already immobilized. A couple of bombers. So not very good ships still, in my opinion, but they might be enough to defeat me. We'll see what happens. As you can see, Disruptor does a lot of damage. Don't really know who to shoot first. Might go after these ships that have beams. And I'll learn from my mistakes of the last game and simply target with everything. Okay, very bad result there. So I did need a ship after all. I've got my cruiser heading back now. In the meantime though, I'll take out some of these planets. just auto resolve this one. So I actually had my capital destroyed just now. So like I said, pretty bad result. 4 battleships, didn't even take out a battleship. So I'm going to have to focus fire pretty intensely. I'll see if I can pump out a destroyer or 2. Just going to maximize these point defense mass drivers. Main reason is to... So I actually underestimated their fleet there. You can see I lost my capital as well. So I've got a morale penalty now across the board. Pretty bad. I can fix that pretty quickly there. But with this cruiser, or destroyer rather, yeah, I'll have a destroyer, I'll have this cruiser. Problem is they can attack one of these other planets. I think I have an idea though. Once they launch their bombers, I will once they launch the bombers, I'll use my interceptors to kill the bombers before they're able to deliver their payload. Just going to demolish a few space academies here. It's not a critical building. Costs 2 BC per turn to maintain. I'll rebuild the capital down here. Just going to go ahead and buy it because I do need it back ASAP. So as you can see, yeah, their ships are very mobile now. What I can do is use these interceptors to target the bombers. Hopefully they'll do a good job taking them out. I'm actually going to go for one of the ships, which is got a lot of bombers. Just going to use the missile launcher to hold back the ships. They might just move through it, but let's see what happens. My main goal is to just take out one of these. That way they won't be able to just keep hitting my planets. Fighter garrison's still alive, so that's nice. We'll have more interceptors shortly. Starbase is about to explode. I think this one's about to explode as well. Got off a few missiles there before it gets killed. Okay, I only got a single battleship. Alright, now there's a hyperspace beast. This is one of the more annoying space monsters. Because it will just devour ships in hyperspace at kind of random intervals. Okay, capital is now reconstructed. Got a couple of ships being made now. And here, my homeworld, I'm going to have to rebuild it a little bit. Ooh, now there's a lot more battleships coming in. I'm going to see what kind of... They've got a uridium fuel cell, so they'll be able to travel 12 parsecs. So if I take out this planet, they won't be able to target my homeworld anymore. They'll only be able to go to these ones here. To have a few ships there to defend. A few more destroyers about to be complete. They might target this planet, which is the one, well, that lost all of its defenses, which is my homeworld. So I made the fighter garrison. I'm completely out of money now. Once I take this though, I'll lose some transports, and I'll probably scrap some of the other transports just to get my command points down. I'm actually going to lose this planet as well, which is a bit sad. Try and get some money out of it then. Let's see what happens. 8 battleships. So I've got some ships now in defense. This one's going to be pretty tough. Now I saw they have a leader, so I'm going to go for him first. Now they have torpedoes as well. So the situation is just getting worse by the minute. So let's target this thing. Just gonna wait with the... oh no, never mind. Once again I need to take out these bombers ASAP. Okay, that didn't do much. Okay, I think I'm going to lose this one as well, actually. So not having the scanner really made things difficult for me, because I couldn't see where their fleet was moving. You can see why that's a pretty big deal. And then they had ion drive. Once I take this out though, if I'm able to take it out, that'll force these ships to retreat, so that'll give me some breathing space. So despite the issue with their 2-hit penalties, or not penalties, but lack of bonuses, let's call it, in those, when they're attacking me with so many battleships and they've got all the bombers and everything, it actually, that penalty is not such a big deal. It's, well, sorry, not penalty, but lack of bonuses is not such a big deal. It's only when they're up against my good ships when it is a really big deal. But they just simply went around my really good ships. So they kind of outmaneuvered me. Okay, fighter garrison is still pumping out bombers. These point defense mass drivers are pretty good there. There we go. Now invade. Got an auto lab now, that's quite nice. Looks like they're gonna take out one more planet before they go. Might be able to win this though, because they're down to 3 battleships in this fleet now. And as you can see, they can get on top of me really fast because they've got their hyperdrive. So as I was saying, there was the possibility that they'd get a new technology that would give them a good advantage, and that seems to have been exactly what has happened. Just having that hyperdrive has given them a very good mobility. I think they just researched it. If I take out this ship, I'm good. Yeah, these guys actually don't really have any weapons. These guys, it's pretty much just tractor beams and bombers, whereas this guy actually has some weapons. So if I take him out, I think I'm okay. Just gonna launch a missile at each one just to kind of hold them back. Okay, good result there. And now it's just a matter of finishing off these ones. Okay, I lost the starbase, but I think that's okay. One more hit from these interceptors should finish off this guy. Okay, maybe one more. And now we have this planet, and it's only one planet, fortunately. I was worried there were going to be multiple planets here, so I'd have to take them all out. And you can only take one planet at a time in a system. Overcon Prime, completely devastated, gonna have to build from the ground up. Shouldn't take too long. I'll spread my people around. Let's start rebuilding. Getting auto lab will be nice. As you can see there, their fleet has to retreat. And what I'm actually gonna do is I'm going to meet them there. And take out as many of them. Maybe I can't actually. Like my ships are still good, but they're not that good. I'm actually going to have to scrap some more of these transports. just to get my command points to 0, otherwise I'll be hemorrhaging money. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and get one of these technologies because it's I wasn't expecting such a change in circumstances there. Get some auto labs. Finish terraforming that one first. Auto lab is an interesting technology. It just generates 30 research by itself. So it's like a super research lab. Doesn't increase the research of scientists. Okay, they didn't actually finish this one off. That's really nice. And this one survived again, but lost the starbase again. It's only going to take them 3 turns to get back there. I think that's got to be 18. It's kind of hard to tell because of the way the line is drawing through the 8 there, but that's 18, and exactly 18, which means 6 parsecs per turn, so 3 turns. Very fast ships. It's called hyperdrive for a reason. And they have uridium fuel cells, which means they'll be able to attack, well, they'll be able to attack these 4. So my home planets are, they're safe for now. So it's quite the hammer they swung. Bit of an interesting turn of events. Managed to hang on. Don't actually want that now. Just quickly look at the summary here. Definitely need these star bases up. And now I'm actually going to just go ahead and give bases 3 parsecs plus 1 per size. So yeah, I'll be able to detect their fleet. I can only move between these, though. It's going to take 2 turns. So I pretty much have to be moving before they arrive. Or I have to move as they move in order to intercept them. Now this technology here is a really interesting one, warp interdictor. It's going to take too long to get it though. Just show you what it does. This is really good for these super fast fleets. It's really good in situations like this. Because as you can see, you can read the description there, generates a radius of 2 parsecs around a planet and slows enemy movement to 1 parsec per turn. So even though they could go from here to here in 3 turns, but then when they actually are approaching, it'll slow them down. So I think that would take them maybe 5 turns, 4 or 5. So very, very useful defensive technology for these situations when they've got a really fast fleet. Because I would love to have that right now on all these planets here. Make it very easy for me to just move my battleships to where they need to go. But I'm actually going to just keep attacking, you know. If they come back and hit these, that's okay. But I think it's time to take the fight to them again. After that, what they just did. Yeah, definitely want these star bases. So what I'm planning to do is take out a planet here, and then maybe I can attack the fleet when it arrives. It's going to be a lot of bombers though, so these point defense mass drivers are going to have to be killing off a lot of bombers for me to survive. We'll see how we go. Don't need as much food now, because I lost a lot of people. Let's take a look at the graph. As you can see, I lost quite a lot of people now. The Sakura are ahead. So the humans seem to be very intent on taking me out with them. I think their original intention was to just steamroll me, but they weren't able to do that. Okay, core waste dump. That's a pretty high level technology, but I'm not going to get much benefit out of it. I probably won't even build any. Oh, I've got to worry about this as well, the hyperspace base. I forgot about that. So hopefully I don't lose one of my battleships. It is possible though. That'd be pretty sad. Might eat some of those human ships on the way back as well, which would be nice. Actually, I'll get the cloning center first. As I'm approaching, now I can detect their fleet. There we go, neutron scanner for core waste dump. Yep, 100%. I think that's a fair trade. So now I shouldn't have too much of a problem detecting their fleets. Problem is though, they're still very, very fast, so they can start heading somewhere and I won't really have time to get there to intercept. At least until I've got these warp interdict doors. A neutron scanner, you don't have to build it. Some technologies, yeah, it's a bit confusing. It's hard to know what's what. Something like neutron scanner, you don't have to build it or equip it or anything. It just gets triggered, or it just is effective immediately. Whereas some of this other stuff, yeah, it doesn't give you a lot of information. So extended fuel tanks. Well, it does tell you there that it costs a lot of space, so that's good. Fuel cells, you don't have to equip that either. So a lot of this stuff just gets done automatically, whereas a lot of it, you have to manually equip it, so yeah, it is a bit confusing. Okay, here we go. Let's attack. I'm actually going to attack their home world. Then when the fleet arrives, I'm going to attack this planet, because it's only got a starbase. So you can't actually attack a fleet unless it has... actually, let me rephrase that. In order to attack a fleet that's in the system, you have to attack one of the colonies there. So, you know, as the explanation says. So I'm going to attack this first. Then I'm going to hit that planet there. Because I want, when their main fleet is there, I want them to have minimal other defenses to back them up. So now they have adamantium armor as well, so that's very bad. So the situation is getting worse and worse. This thing has tractor beams, so I'm going to have to take him out first. Also adamantium armor. Maybe I can capture him. That'd be nice. And that is a lot of bombers. Okay, I can actually capture him now. Hopefully successfully. And by that I mean without losing it. Hopefully without losing the ship, because it might just get destroyed. As long as those... I've got to deal with these bombers actually, that's a pretty big deal. Might just lose this ship immediately. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Very, very bad. So it's just too many bombers. Because I don't have survival pods, I've lost that leader. taking out the fighter garrison now. Getting pretty dicey here. If I can just survive this battle though, I can get adamantium armor. Okay, he's no threat now, so I'm going to target this. Okay. Very close. So I've taken their homeworld, but came at quite a cost because I lost both my leaders, or two of my leaders. That's why having survival pods would have been really good, but I wasn't willing to trade for it. So that one's that's definitely on there. Couple more battleships coming in. But what I'm actually going to do is scrap this ship and hopefully it'll give me adamantium armor. So the main benefit of capturing enemy ships, I think, as you can see here, he's only got an electronic computer, is that you can actually gain the technology. So let's see what happens. Okay, we got fusion beam, so that's a very bad result there. Down to 1 leader, as you can see. And losing those other leaders, very, very bad. I'm just gonna kind of chase. I'm gonna try and get them to chase me around. I don't think it's gonna work, but we'll see what happens. Probably should have built that one first, but I don't know if I'd be able to actually hold that. Just demolish a couple of auto labs. Get some money. I can always rebuild them, it's not that big a deal. Oh wow, okay. They just bombarded their own homeworld. It's pretty crazy how they'll do that. But I guess their computers, they don't really care. They don't think about it that way. Got a technology from the Bulrathi, that's nice. Okay, that one's finally terraformed. Now I need to get more battleships ASAP. See if I can equip them differently. Oh, this was the one. Okay, so I did redesign it to have some other weapons. What I'm gonna do is do yet a different design. Actually, no, I'll just redesign this one. So that's 8, and then this is 7, okay. Basically what I'm thinking is, because their main weapon's still their bombers, their bombers just got a lot better as well because they've got better armor. The armor, your best armor actually applies to your fighters and interceptors and stuff. So because they've got adamantium armor, I wasn't taking out as many of the bombers as I would before they improved their armor. I don't think I need these heavy disruptors, honestly. They've only got class 1 shield. So like I explained, I think it was in the last video. Like this weapon, it does 60 damage, that's great. But it might actually be better for me in this situation to have just more mass drivers. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make these anti-bomber ships essentially. Because once I take out the bombers, I think I'm okay. Enveloping fusion beams will be good as well. Some heavy neutron blasters. That's just to kill marines, make it easier to capture their ships. We just have a mix of these two things. I think based on what I'm up against, that's the way to do it. Might give it a battle scanner as well, actually. I won't be able to have as many weapons, but this is to make up for the fact that I've lost my leaders, because my leaders were giving me weaponry. Really a shame that I lost Sparky, because he has abilities. Well, I do have one leader left. He does give weaponry still, but this should make the battleships without leaders pretty good at targeting the bombers. This stuff is also happens to be good against their their ships. Not very good at attacking their planets though, but right now I'm more concerned with defense, so I'm gonna do it this way, see what happens. Fighter garrison completed, okay. And really I just need time, get my planets. I want to build those spaceports to get my money or my income up again. It's a pretty big deal. And then these planets which are fully good to go. You can build a battleship in 13 turns, that's nice. Here it's going to take 10 turns. This one's poor. It does have a bigger population, but it is poor. And that's the human homeworld. They've just exterminated it, so it's got nothing. Let's keep running around here, see if I can... Yeah, it would have been very nice to get adamantium armor from that ship that I salvaged. It's really what I was banking on there, but unfortunately, I think it just gives you... I'm not sure if there is a calculation, maybe there is, where it starts with worse technologies and kind of works its way up based on what you don't have. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but it might just be it gives you technology at random. That's also a possibility, right? Now this is why I'm not building the core waste dump. You can see there, maintenance cost 8. I don't want to pay 8 BC per turn. Happy to pay 3 for the atmosphere renewal, which is like a pollution processor. And the pollution processor, it doesn't say, but this is only maintenance cost of 1, so you do need to consider maintenance costs. Or at least now I do, because I don't have much money anymore. Didn't really have to think about it before when I had more money than I knew what to do with. just kind of blockading me for now. That's fine. Yep, there's their Doom fleet. Don't know if I'll actually be able to take any of these out. Maybe one of the weaker ships on the edge. Any new ships they build are going to have adamantium armor, but these old ones they have still have Zortrium armor, because they haven't refitted them. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Oh, they actually captured it as well. Okay, that's really bad for me. I can capture this one then. Now I have Uridium fuel cells. There we go. Awesome. So adamantium armor, that's a huge deal for me, because I'm still using, up until now, I've still been using tritanium armor. Also got warp interdictor, gonna have to build those ASAP. Don't have enough money to buy them though. I don't really know what to get. I guess I'll get, yep, okay. Alright, I'm counting the Illyrians now. Illyrians. This one has natives, so that's gonna give me some nice food, which will convert mostly into money. So I do like that. Now this fleet can actually hit these planets once again. All of them. Now, the most important thing for me to build is the warp interdictor, which I'm not going to be able to build everywhere, unfortunately. 2 turns, that's 3 turns. Just if I had one more turn, wouldn't be so bad. So this ship will just continue harassing. Meanwhile, any new battleships I build will have adamantium armor, which is a pretty big deal. But I don't know how many. I might have to switch into cruisers instead, because I just don't have time to build battleships, unfortunately. I'm gonna start scrapping things on some of these planets. One's very close to building the starbase. Not sure where this fleet is going to move, but problem is, like, I can't build the warp interdictors in time, so I'm probably going to just let this one get killed if they go there. This one I'd rather not lose. Still need a lot of money to build that. Not sure if that leader they have has navigator, so if this is, I don't know if this is going to take them 1 turn or 2. If he has navigator, it'll only take 1 turn. Maybe I can move back here. If I take that out, they won't be able to hit these. It's quite a tense situation I've got here. just need to get a couple of battleships out. That one's only shot by 5 BC. Actually going to buy that one. This is probably my most important place right now. There is this wormhole though, so if they do, they can actually bypass the warp interdict door if they just go here and then go there. Don't know if they'll actually do that. Anyway, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Yeah, they just instantly got there. So I'm going to lose this planet now. Hopefully I can take out a ship, but unlikely. So my starbase, because I got that better armor, my starbase and the fighter garrison actually survived one wave of the bombers. Oh, these ones have gone for there. Okay, so took out 2 battleships. Oh, now they've captured that as well. And now Sakura have declared war on me. So things have gone from bad to worse. Actually going to make another destroyer here. Going to make use of the spillover effect. Should be able to build this immediately, yep, because I've built up so much production. This one I'm gonna just put trade goods, because I'm fantastic traders, I get a lot of income from this. That one's gonna have its fighter garrison. But unfortunately, probably could have demolished that a long time ago. Okay, 1 turn away. Might not matter, because even if I slow them down, I'm not going to be able to get my ships out in time. It'd be nice to slow them down there. Okay, now that one has a warp interdictor, that's good. This one will have one next turn. That one's not going to be able to build one. is there. So you only need, you don't need one per planet. Having multiple per star, if you've got multiple planets, doesn't actually do anything. You only need the one. I guess you could have it as a backup, but you know, it's best to just not get attacked in the first place. So building some battleships, but I don't think I'm going to have time to build battleships, so I'm going to actually design a new cruiser. Similar style to the battleship. Just focused on destroying those bombers. So let's see what kind of build time we'll get out of these. As you can see, they're going to build a lot faster, so maybe I can get a few of these out. Not sure how much difference it's going to make. I did pick off a couple of battleships there, but on the other hand, I do have adamantium armor, so maybe it will make the difference. And I'm actually going to assign this guy to the pool, because I don't want him to get killed while he's on. That ship is pretty weak. Well, it's just as strong as it was when I first built it, but it's a bit obsolete now. Mainly because of the it's got that older armor. As you can see there, they just instantly went to my homeworld. And what I'm going to do is try to take out these bombers. Kind of go back to my old strategy. Oh, that one actually has adamantium armor, I didn't realize. A couple of these have Zortrium, I should have been targeting those. I think I might as well keep shooting it now though. It's going to be the interceptors that did the majority of the damage. Someone's still targeting a bomber. This one's also targeting a bomber. So I don't know which one they're actually going to go after once they're done. But let's go for... These antimatter torpedoes are bad. We'll go for this. No, we'll go for this. It's got lower beam defense. This one's almost dead. Yep, one more shot. Okay, good. Yeah, I was really hoping for that result, because that means these interceptors will now... They'll probably go for this ship here. Don't want them. They only fire 4 times, then they return. In case you're wondering, there is a lot going on here. But now they won't waste a shot there, they'll go straight for this. About to get hit by those torpedoes. See if I can take out these bombers there. Okay, that's a good result. Didn't lose my interceptors. I think this, yeah, there's some kind of calculation that gets made, but those giant explosions, that could have just taken all these out. So, quite happy with that. Okay, fighter garrison lives on. Okay, finish off those bombers, that's good. Alright, that explosion took out the interceptors that time. I think I'm going to be okay though. Amazingly. My starbase is knocking on death's door. As you can see, adamantium armor, lots of health there. But he's down to 67, so a couple more shots and he's gone. This thing, you can't see how much health the building has remaining. You can just go by that bar down the bottom right there. Maybe 200? 200 or so. I think I'm going to be okay. I thought for sure this planet was doomed. Maybe it still is. And I'm hoping they don't retreat with their last ship, because if they do, it will mean they'll keep their leader. They probably will, to save the leader. Or they're just going to stand there and die, that works too. I don't mind. And all the interceptors will go for this last go. Yeah, there we go. So we got away. So that saves their leader. But very happy with that result. I think I was basically dead then at that point, but somehow managed to survive. Okay, now we've encountered the Klakons. Don't attempt to resist us. Well, I'm having a pretty hard time resisting just one race, so I probably wouldn't be able to if I wanted to. But they're on the other side of the galaxy, so I don't have to worry about them. Okay, cool. We are still in business, it looks like. Now there's a huge fleet going here. That's because I'm at war with the Sacra now, so yeah, it's just gone from bad to worse. Having that adamantium armor has certainly helped, but I don't know if I can hold back them as well. These guys actually have good computers too, so they'll actually be able to hit. They've got Cybertronic computer, it's even better than mine. So I might just be dead. So I'll keep playing, see if I can salvage it, but it's not looking good. Not looking good at all. Despite that victory just there. I don't even know which planet was attacked. It's hard to tell which one. Didn't lose any buildings though. Pretty sure. Starbase survived with like 50 health left. Okay, they're sending a lot of stuff there. Anyway, we'll see what happens. I can re-invade this. The plasma cannon now, interesting. And now, big Sacra fleet has shown up. think I'm about to have a ship. Not quite. Must be at the other place. Yeah, there we go. I think this place is doomed. This place is probably also doomed. I'm just going to use it for money. Like that place. Still need a bit more money. Can't remember where I built my... I rebuilt my capital somewhere. Can't remember where it is though. Don't know if there's a button to locate it easily. I think maybe down here somewhere. Yeah, there it is there. So if you do lose your capital, very important to rebuild it. Okay, cool. Now I can afford this. Once I kind of get a fleet together, maybe I can fight these guys off. It seems unlikely though. They actually have a lot better technology. Still only class 1 shield, but yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to stop them. 9 battleships. Probably, yeah, they've all got pretty good armor as well. These guys actually use heavy armor. No battle pods though, surprisingly. Probably not going to be able to take anything out. Let's try anyway. And yeah, the Illyrians are also unhappy with me. Not sure what I did to them, but they're coming after me as well. So this is what it looks like to just slowly die. Also lost a transport to the hyperspace beast. Only a transport though, not a big deal. I was a bit worried I'd lost my battleship there. See what kind of fuel cells these guys have. Iridium. So they can reach Mirza or Mizar. I do have a warp interdictor there though, so they won't be able to get there right away. Hopefully I can take this back. Okay. Sometimes that happens. I think if I have enough, they're mainly using interceptors, so if I have enough beam weapons, I might actually be able to give them a good fight. Lost another planet. sure where they're going to go next. This wormhole is handy. Gonna send this guy back. Hopefully I can repair him in time. Oh, that time I actually successfully defended the ground combat, so that's nice. And yeah, so this is the way this game goes. They tend to all just collapse on you. And yeah, you just kind of watch yourself die a pretty painful death. So I'm at war with... I was at war with the Illyrians, but I've lost so many planets now, I can't even see them anymore. Might as well assign this guy. So yeah, not a great situation. I'm going to pause it there. I will keep trying, but yeah, I think I'm basically dead at this point. So I'll probably do one more episode after this. Let's take a look at the... Yeah, you can see my population just falling off a cliff. Buildings as well. Fleet. And, well, tech, you know the story there. It's nice having neutron scanners, so I can see just how many thousands of ships are coming at me. As you can see, I can see these fleets that are way further out. But yeah, I think I'm basically dead. I will do that one more episode. Probably will be a quick one. Might only be like 15 minutes, but might as well finish this one. I'll fight to the end. I'll make it quick though. Don't want to drag it on too long. And then, well, you'll probably get to see the losing screen in this game, which is a pretty interesting one. It's one of those classic old game losing screens. You gotta love them. So I don't want to give anything away. I'll let it be a surprise. And or who knows? Maybe I could come back in this one, but it seems unlikely. So hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next one.